I'm just going to follow on with that, just a few more names. If you got in the ring tomorrow with them, in the shape you're in right now, you've finished camp, how does it go? KSI, tomorrow you two fight.
Of course I'd beat KSI. I can't sit here and admit that any man would beat me when I'm in my best physical condition. I just have to admit some are harder than others. I can give a number out of 10. KSI's a 5 out of 10.
What's Tommy Fury?
6.
What's Jake Paul?
7. 6, 7. About the same as
Tate ends up at the center of Misfits Boxing, fully in control, while KSI watches his own empire start to slip away. And if that seems shocking, stick around, because the way it unfolded was colder, more calculated, and far more cunning than anyone could have predicted.
There's a scenario where I knock out KSI. There's a scenario where I knock out anyone on the planet. He's an idiot. I tried to be nice to him a few times on Twitter when he was fighting and tried to show him respect, and he just replied, stupid. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's a little bit low IQ. Like, I tried to be his friend and he was just retarded. From then on out, I got a big pile of money out and decided to take his company from him, which I've done. So now he's lost his company.
According to Tate, the boxing scene is exploding because he didn't merely challenge KSI. He tore apart the rivalry and revealed how one supposed act of disrespect may have led KSI to lose control of his own company. This conflict isn't about fights in the ring. It's a collision of ego, influence, and authority. Stay sharp, because in just a moment, I'll break down how a single tweet escalated into a full-blown corporate takedown.
With Andrew Tate, how does it go?
I saw a lot of fear in his eyes today. Saw him shaking a lot. I'm thinking I get him out of there mid-second round knockout.
Wow. Standing on the knockout.
I stand on the knockout. Every opponent I've faced in the last 2 years I've put down. So
began when he reached out to KSI with a gesture of respect following one of his matches. No jabs, no insults, just a straightforward compliment between fighters. Instead, he was met with a harsh reply that triggered a chain reaction, igniting the conflict. Keep watching, because this is the moment where things take a merciless turn.
This whole KSI thing, what the heck is this?
Yeah, KSI was fighting, I remember who.
Was it, I think it was,
and
I remember the interaction.
Yeah, he said something negative about me, replied against KSI.
Yeah.
Respect for and he again, something like, your mouth, stupid. And I was like, this whole new generation, you can't even show anyone respect nowadays because everyone.
Oh, it's glazing. Yeah.
Everyone, you can't even be nice to people.
No, never.
It's ridiculous. And from that point, I realized
that incident made him see KSI as unworthy of the platform he created. From that point, Tate didn't just abandon any attempt at friendliness. He aimed to seize it all. By seize, he means stepping in as the new CEO of Misfits Boxing and witnessing KSI lose command over the empire he once controlled.
KSI made a comment about him that he didn't like.
Why choose Misfits Boxing?
KSI tweeted something that annoyed me about 3 years ago. So long story short, I took his company from him.
I can't tell if it's that or if KSI was like, yo, I don't really want to be part of it and I want to just sell it and live and make my videos. Because KSI's posting consistent on YouTube now again. It's like this. The only thing that would make sense for KSI would be if he completed the full circle moment of fighting Jake Paul. I think he knows he would lose to Jake Paul. It's too late. So he's like, let me get out, let me sell my stake in the company. But it's a good storyline for Andrew Tate to be like, I saw this guy, I didn't like him, I bought his company.
That announcement dropped in October. It sent shockwaves through the influencer boxing scene. Misfits Boxing, originally built by KSI with Mars Taylor and the Sauerland brothers, suddenly had a new leader in charge. And if you think KSI accepted it calmly, think again. Behind the scenes, his anger was intense, proving this rivalry has remained heated every step of the way.
Tristan and Andrew Tate versus you two.
Oh,
that's the fight. I would love it. The two brothers, that's the fight.
That would be
Tristan
crazy.
and Andrew. Who would get Tristan? You'd get Tristan. You're more. No, you want Andrew?
Yeah, he'd probably make me take Tristan.
I feel like
because he's the seasoned boxer.
You fight.
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight. That's fun. I mean, you fight Andrew. How would it go?
I would win very, very quickly. I'm excited to see his fight. He's been out of the ring for a...
Things get intense. Tate isn't only flexing influence. He's returning to the ring after a 5-year break. This weekend, he makes his Misfits Boxing debut, facing off against the current heavyweight champion, Chase DeMoor. And make no mistake, the timing of this comeback is completely deliberate.
See something fights, but I think the first thing that goes is your reflexes. I know you have a torn bicep. I know I've seen clips with your eyes. I've seen the pads. I've seen all of that. I just don't think you're a phenomenal enough athlete anymore to step in the ring with somebody like me.
Then why are you still nervous?
The match isn't really about Chase DeMoor. He claims he could face anyone tomorrow and still sell out the event. This is all about Andrew Tate, and Chase is simply in the spotlight by chance. Stick around, because that mentality shifts the entire dynamic the moment the fight begins.
Chase,
Going in there believing you're going to knock me out easily is the biggest mistake you're ever going to make. I promise you that. I promise you. Don't think you're going to get in there and just knock me out easy like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I'm going to go in there and I've made some mistake and I've just signed a contract and haven't taken this seriously. I'm not a fucking idiot, Chase. You understand me? So I think you should take this a lot more seriously. Have a little bit more respect for me. I'm now your boss. I respect you as an opponent. I respect you as an athlete. Don't be walking through life saying I'm going to knock Andrew out like it's nothing. Because it's not going to happen like you think it is.
Look, I was filming Love Island last week, so I'm good. My camp's completed. I was having Mai Tais on the beach. This job's done. December 20th. Good night, Andrew Tate. Top G. What happens when you send a Cobra to
To the build up loud, confident, and relentless, challenging Tate's fitness, ridiculing his training, and pointing out his own non-stop activity throughout the year. Tate, however, responds with measured precision, acknowledging that while Chase stands to gain a lot, he himself faces everything at stake, and that pressure impacts both fighters equally.
Yes.
Off in Dubai, the contrast in size was striking. Chase appeared taller, wider, and more physically dominant. Yet Tate's team quickly downplayed the visuals, emphasizing that appearances, footwear, and outfits don't determine the outcome. What truly counts are speed and accuracy, a detail that many tend to overlook.
Or why the champ, why the GOAT?
I was speaking to Mams at Misfits for a while. I understood I had to become the CEO and take KSI's job. We want to become the biggest sports promotion in the world. And I think the best way to test the quality of our champions is to do it myself. It's not anything personal against Chase. He dislikes me, it seems. I'd fight anyone who had the belt. It's Chase. If it was someone else, I'd fight them. I feel fantastic, and I'm there.
It has had access to bigger paydays, simpler opponents, and more lucrative opportunities elsewhere. This bout, he insists, was a decision he made, not something he had to do. And when a fighter opts for risk over ease, it's worth asking why, because that reasoning could very well determine the outcome in the ring.
Ooh, like this is probably his best sparring I've seen him do out of all the stuff I've seen out of all his career. Boom, blocks it, and look what he does. He drops it down, and whack! Short shot, pop, pop! Call that the gangster right hand. You in the club, you dancing, somebody's feeling on your grill, you don't like that. You don't get the full extension. It's just like hook. It's a shoulder strike. Beautiful shoulder strike from Andrew Tate. Body shot. He jumps in and hits it. Don't be upset. When you try to hit Andrew in the head, you're not gonna hit him. He's just too good right there. When he fights, he does a good job by going here, and it brings his head forward. And then when the person throws a right hand or a left-handed jab, he pulls back like a...
Faced constant scrutiny, and that's where Demetrius Johnson comes in. Recognized as one of the most technically skilled minds in combat sports, Johnson analyzed Tate's movement, defensive techniques, and overall body mechanics in depth. He pointed out Tate's shoulder work, his seamless stance changes, and his knack for vanishing from the center line. That analysis completely shifts how this fight appears on paper.
Andrew Tate is back. Back on Misfits, he's fighting.
He's the CEO apparently. It seems like they're trying to set something up with KSI in the future, so yeah, that's cool to see that.
You still cool, Tate? Do you still speak to him? I know you had a relationship earlier, I think like 2023, you were kind of hanging out with him.
It sounded a little gay.
No, not relationship, but like friendship.
Yeah, we were never friends. I mean, I knew him a little bit, but no, it is what it is. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing.
Does he beat Chase DeMoor?
I think he does crush him. I think it's an easy fight for him. I like Chase. I want Chase to do well, but overall, I don't think Andrew Tate would take a fight that he wouldn't be guaranteed almost.
And stop at technique. He also highlighted habits that can unsettle opponents. Tate targets the body when fighters tighten up and retreats with lightning precision when they overcommit. If Chase throws reckless punches, those tendencies could quickly turn his confidence into chaos. Keep this in mind once the fight escalates.
Even be close. I heard, I don't know if we can put this in there, but Chibu was up Chase DeMoor in a spar, and that's crazy. And by the way, Chibu's an excellent fighter. Don't get it now, but fucking crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be close. I mean, at all. Andrew's obviously going to finish him. And then hopefully we see Andrew fight KSI next. That's the one that everyone wants to see, for sure.
Pretty good. Would you go to that?
I'll pull up to that one.
You would come.
I'll go to that one. It'll probably be what? Dubai, probably?
Yeah.
I'll go to that. If they fight, I'll pull up to that for sure. That'd be a good
Wait,
fight.
you went to Dubai to meet him before, didn't you?
I've been to Dubai. The first time. That's right. I was in Dubai a few years back, so I'll definitely pull back up again for sure. I would love to. Mam's invited me to this fight next month, but again, you know, we're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna go to that one, but I'll definitely go to one for sure eventually.
As the fight approaches the camp, confidence runs unshakable. Those around him insist he would never enter the ring without the odds firmly in his favor. They see this as a calculated, one-sided clash, and that certainty alone piles pressure on the champion stepping in. Adin Ross reinforced that mindset, claiming this fight isn't just physical. Tate's discipline, mental strength, and experience give him a psychological edge Chase can't bridge. When one fighter is convinced the result is inevitable, the bout often resolves itself before the final bell. As fight night nears, this matchup isn't merely about punches. It's a collision of revenge, power, business, and ego under Dubai's bright lights. Whether Tate's approach proves masterful strategy or a risky misstep is about to be revealed, and the aftermath could transform Misfits boxing overnight.